'Twas the night before Christmas, depending on when you're watching. Not a creature was stirring, 'cept for me and my stocking. While visions of tiny games danced on the drums, we began this Fab 5 episode of Little Big Thumbs. Ah, Christmas stockings! Santa may fill them up, but sometimes it's our job to top them up the rest of the way. And if you are looking for a little something to put in a little stocking this year, then this is the video for you. Today, we'll be sharing 5 small tabletop games that are great fun for both kids and adults. All of these games are currently available on store shelves or available through retail distributors, which means that if you do see something in this video that you'd like to stuff into a stocking, make sure to ask at your local game store, because even if they don't have one of these games on their shelves right now, they very likely can order it in for you before the holidays roll around. Now, if you've got the chestnuts roasting and you're ready for visions of board gaming sugar plums, let's get things started and take a look at the first game on our list. Windmill Cute Secrets from Crowd Games is one of the most straightforward storytelling games around and is accessible and enjoyable for all ages. 25 cards featuring positively stunning illustrations are arranged in a grid in the center of the playing space, and a smaller stack of cards containing the same works of art is kept nearby. Each turn, a player will draw one card and tell a brief story based on what they see. The story can be relevant to the artwork on the card, or it could be something straight out of your own imagination. So for example, on this card here, I look up into the skies and I see my dream, to sleep with the stars. The other players will have a chance to guess which card from the grid matches the storyteller's card, and if the guesser is correct, then both the guesser and the storyteller will earn points. However, every player that makes an incorrect guess increases the potential points available. So, the storyteller may want to tell a story that is a teeny tiny bit vague. So back to our example. Which card do you think my story about sleeping with the stars matches with? If you picked this one, you were close, but not quite right. If you picked this one, you were correct, and you'd get some points. The game continues until everyone has had a chance to be the storyteller a couple of times, and then we'll look at the scoreboard and see who has the most points. Windmill Cute Secrets offers some creative fun for adults and is accessible for children. But there's a special kind of magic that bubbles up from the table when adults and kids are playing this game together. Everyone has a little twinkle in their eye, and for those who play board games on Christmas morning, those twinkles can mean the world. And that is the reason why Windmill Cute Secrets is on our list and in our stocking. Oh my goodness. We put Grandpa in charge of getting the Christmas tree this year, and he came back accidentally with a cactus. But we don't want to hurt poor Grandpa's feelings, so let's lean into that mistake with our second game on today's list, Ouch, from DeVere Games. This is a game that's all about making guesses and taking risks in the hope that you collect the best flowers without getting pricked by the thorns of a cactus. We are always going to have 6 cards on the table, and each turn someone is going to choose one of those cards, pick one side of that card to pinch, and flip over. If your fingers are touching flowers or pink sand, then you get to keep that card. However, if you find yourself pinching a cactus, then you shout out, "Ouch!" and your turn is over, and that card is gone from the game. Once one player has 8 cards, we'll compare our collected bouquets to see who has the best assortment of flowers, to give as a consolation prize to poor old Grandpa. Finding Ouch on your Christmas stocking means you'll be ready to play in minutes, and it offers a visceral excitement every single turn of the game. Both kids and adults will be smiling and laughing with this one on the table, even when you get pricked by yet another cactus thorn. Ouch is part of a series called DeVere's Pocket Games, each of which offers a different flavor of fun. Any of these little games would make a great stocking stuffer for the right person, but if we are looking to get kids and adults to the table together, then my vote is for this desert-driven delight. Speaking of epic games that come in tiny boxes, BoardGameTables.com has this incredible series of small games that come in these adorable square boxes. And one of those games has become one of my favorite games that I've discovered in the last year. And the name of that game is Mountain Goats. In this game, every player receives a set of these amazing wooden goat meeples. And each turn, players will be rolling a set of 4 dice. We can split those dice in any combination, and then using those dicey groups, your goats will begin to climb the mountain. If your goat reaches the top of one of the rows, they receive a matching point chip. But as soon as another goat reaches the summit, your goat tumbles all the way down to the bottom to start their journey over again. I like to force my friends to make silly little goat-themed catchphrases for when they knock another player off of the mountain, like, oh, I don't know, "Ha-ha, I goatcha." Or if we're playing a Christmas game, maybe, "Bah humbug." While the terrible puns are optional, the fun you'll have in Mountain Goats is absolutely not. This is an extremely addictive game that you'll find yourself playing over and over and over again. Between the dice and the goat meeples and the fact that you can literally learn this game in 1 minute, this is a game that you've got to get into a holiday stocking this year. Yes, we're still talking stocking stuffer games, and honestly, this entire list could have easily been filled by the small box games that come from GameRight. And maybe someday we'll do a list that focuses just on those games. But for this video, I wanted to shine a spotlight on a newer game in their collection of compact card games, and the name of this game is Loose Caboose. There's a runaway train caboose headed our way, and we are trying to build as much track as we can to keep it from going off the rails. To do this, players are playing track cards and rolling dice. Each wheel that comes up on the dice moves the caboose 1 card forward, and if it ever goes beyond the last card played, penalty cards will be collected equal to the number of wheels not used. Each card indicates how many dice need to be rolled on their turn, but also that number is the number of penalty points a player will take for going off the rails on their turn. The neat twist is that if the value of a penalty card just acquired matches the card on top of your penalty deck, both cards are discarded. So sometimes it pays to let that caboose go loose. Each turn requires a degree of calculated risk, which is especially fun because this game can be played friendly, but it's also tempting to set another player up for a bad turn. There's a bit of planning, a bit of chaos, and a lot of fun in this game, which you should be putting on the tracks into someone's stocking this holiday season. Our final game of this Stocking Stuffer Showcase is the chunkiest game on our list, which is not to say that it's an overly complicated game. This box is literally stuffed with bits and pieces, and the name of the game is Downtown Farmers Market from Blue Orange Games. In this game, we are building a 4x4 grid of groceries. Bordering 2 sides of that grid are 8 challenge tiles, which set out requirements in order to score points. Each turn, players will select from a row of food tiles, choosing one to place anywhere in their grocery grid. The game continues this way until all 16 spaces have been filled with food for each player, and then we score to determine a winner. The challenge tiles in this game make it a bit of a thinky puzzle, and in our plays, it's been better suited to older players. However, the rulebook contains a variant for younger shoppers like my 2 young daughters, and in that mode, the challenge tiles are removed from the game. Instead of scoring specific requirements on those challenge tiles, players will figure out what food items they have the most of in each row and column. We simply add all those numbers up, and that's how we determine who wins the family version of Downtown Farmers Market. I am so impressed by this game, by the cute little pieces of artwork in the game, by how much physical game they've managed to cram into this box, by the density of decision that comes in the main game, and the accessibility of the family version that we just talked about. Downtown Farmers Market has a little bit of something for everybody, and I think it should be going into the stocking of somebody you care about this year. Thank you for watching this video, and we're very curious to know what stocking stuffer games you might like to see in your stocking this year. Let us know in the comments of this video.
Yeah, and we'll tell you if we know that game.
Ooh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. All right, so thank you for watching, and whether you've got little players or big players, make sure that you're playing games that make your thumbs go way up.
Bye for now.
Boop, 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 boop,
Boom, boom.